Yo, what's good folks? It's Nightmare Frame here with a new Warframe video. Now you may notice that there's no camera. It's really hot, so I'm in my boxers. You didn't have to know that, but now you have that image in your head. Just keep it there while you're watching this video. Anyway, I'm coming at you with this Ember build. Yes, it's been a while since I released an Ember video. This Ember is using, well, a lot of fire to burn enemies, crowd control enemies, and also increase the base damage of her secondary. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh look, it's a Warframe with a Laetum. You clearly didn't see that before, right? Anyway, taking a look at this Ember, she does have Thermal Sunder. If you don't know, Thermal Sunder comes from Gauss, and that's his Helminth ability. If you quick tap it, you will proc cold and of course freeze enemies, and the hold cast will burn enemies. But I'll be using the quick tap. Why? To synergize with her heat. If you didn't know, if you proc fire on an enemy, then proc cold Thermal Sunder, you will pull in enemies towards you. And if you proc cold and then heat Thermal Sunder, you will push enemies away. So I want to drag enemies towards me. Her third ability and her fourth ability all proc fire, and of course her first ability. Now you may be wondering, why didn't I replace her second ability? Well, I don't need to armor strip. Secondly, I don't need the damage reduction, nor do I need the crazy amounts of energy drain that I'll have to deal with. Also, you may be wondering, why do I need to proc heat on everybody? Well, it's because I'm using the Cascadia Flare secondary base damage arcane. If you did not understand what I just said, well, proc fire and you get base damage. More fire, and look at that, base damage. They all have heat on them. Press 2, dragon enemies. Pretty damn good, right? Very simple. But of course, we need to get our Laetum base damage up. God, we do so much damage. Alright, we got the juice. So, proc fire, push them away, drag them in, and kill them. Easy as that. Look at that. Look at that. They're dead already. Press 4. All right. You know, a little additional fire with the 3. Pull them in, and enemies go boom. All right. Let's take a look at the Ember build. Boom. Look at that. Huh. I'm sure you haven't seen that mod before, right? Right? Because, you know, converting energy into shields, we don't need that, right? Why do we do that? Well, because of shield gating. Shield gating is a lot more powerful than slotting in health and armor mods, and it doesn't even take up that much capacity on your build. Prime sure-footed, well, yeah, you know. Range at 175% with stretch and auger reach. Auger reach gives you range and also pairs really well with brief respite. You get those juicy overshields. Prime flow and equilibrium. Well, large energy pool, and this converts health drops into energy and energy into health. And I'll show you how that's done in a bit. Natural talent to increase the casting speed, because good lord, we don't want to be slowed down and eventually die. Rolling guard to cleanse you of status effects, and 3 seconds of invulnerability. We're going to have a lot of invulnerability on this build. And finally, Exothermic, the augment for the fourth ability. Enemies killed while under the effects of Inferno have a 15% chance to drop energy orbs. They don't have to be killed by the fourth ability. They just have to be affected by the fourth ability. Hence why you don't see much power strength, no need for armor strip. They just have to be touched by the heavenly flames of doom. And then you get energy. 15% drop chance. Bunch of enemies, a lot of kills, a lot of energy. This is a spammy build as well, because you're going to be pressing 4, pressing 3, pressing 2, shoot, 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 4, 3, 2. Very nice combo. That's why we need Flow Equilibrium and Energize. And our last slot arcane here is Arcane Eruption. Energy orb pickups have a 100% chance to knock down enemies within a 30-meter radius. This is even more survivability. Do not underestimate this arcane, ladies and gentlemen. It's very, very powerful. Coming back to the equilibrium topic, I am going to be using the Panzer Vulpaphyla. The mutagens do not matter, so don't bother. It's just for fashion and stupid tail. Doesn't matter. We're going to be using Viral Quills, right? This is gonna proc viral on enemies, and that counts as an assist. Yes, it counts as an assist for synth deconstruct. Enemies injured by your companions have a chance to drop health orbs. Right, that's pretty good. Okay, and now synth fiber allows you to pick up those health orbs regardless of your health pool. So even if you have 100% health, you will still pick up health orbs, and that will synergize with equilibrium. Hell yeah, very simple, right? All right, our main damaging weapon here is going to be the Laetum. Haven't seen my Laetum video where I go in depth about the weapon? Do go check that out. It's like seriously, because it's just gonna be a rundown of what the Laetum is in this build video right here. Of course, that allows you to switch into incarnate mode, and over here for the second evolution went with fire rate and more reload speed, and of course headshots build up incarnate meter faster, and we went with overwhelming attrition, giving you all that juicy base damage on hits that are neither critical or applies status effects. So if a thing that doesn't apply status effects or crit, you get base damage. Very simple. And on top of that, we're getting base damage from Cascadia Flare. You just have to proc heat on enemies and it's free base damage. Let's take a look at the build. Since we have all that juicy base damage, you don't need to put Hornet Strike. You don't. Instead, we went with a faction damage multiplier. It's gonna multiply all of our damage against the faction. You just have to know that. Have you ever wondered why Hornet Strike is a regular mod and has 220%, while this faction mod, it's primed, yet it's 55%? Because they do different things. Multi-shot, more multi-shot and some fire rate, crit chance, crit damage, corrosive, and heat. For, even more heat, so, Cascadia Flare and, more damage. And Steady Hands as our Exilus. Very simple and straightforward. Now, this gun does have a lot of bugs because it's Warframe. What do you expect, So if you run out of your incarnate juice and you go into operator, it bugs out your weapon, being unable to shoot. And how to get rid of that bug is to reactivate incarnate mode. Let me demonstrate this real quick. All right, as soon as we get to that point, now you see, we went into the operator and we can't even shoot anymore. When you switch to auto weapons, we can shoot just fine. As you can see, we can't shoot it in our secondary because we switched to our operator as it was swapping back to its regular primary mode. So how to fix this? Well, you gotta click the alternate fire, let it transform, and then you have access to it. As you can see, it's now working. Why is this a thing? I don't know. Just fix it. You have a lot of things to fix. Come on. And that's pretty much it. Does the primary weapon matter? No. Does the melee matter? No. We're going to be using the secondary to kill everything. Now, how about the focus school? Yes, we're going to be using Vazarin here. Vazarin is going to protect us from a lot of things because we will have downtime. Now, what is this downtime? Well, for one, we need to engage the enemy, stand there, build up Incarnate, swap, just so we can shoot. Then yeah, it's for its protective dash. If you haven't noticed, that was it. And then you'll have other people. Wait, how did you put the little tether thing on the enemy? Well, that is Magus Lockdown. It is an operator arcane. You get it from Little Duck. All you have to do is go into operator, void dash. Oh wait, it's called void sling now. Sorry, I almost vomited in my mouth a little bit. So you have to void sling to lock them down. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the build. Very simple, very straightforward. Bunch of heat, bunch of damage. Enemies die. Hopefully you don't die because you utilize your focus schools and you utilize your maneuvers. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Anyway, that's been it from this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and if you did, feel free to leave a like, share, and subscribe for more Warframe content, streams, and so much more. Do refer to the description. Thanks for watching, and as always, peace.